And now we've been blessed with a beautiful summer thunderstorm, which is awesome. Giving the beautiful ground a good drink. The willow tree that I planted last spring is doing really well. Look. Amazing. Just from 3 little sticks taken from somewhere else and popped in the ground. We've got new plants outside. My tomato plants are doing really well. And we've got some new lavender plants, etc. that have been planted all around the bay window. I love a good thunderstorm, don't you? I do, I really love thunderstorms. I think they're amazing. Energising and beautiful. So here we are in the container garden, and this is 4 pots of cavallonera. Beautiful kale. I love my cavallonera. So I've got 4 pots and it's coming on really well. I've netted it up, and at the front then there are some snow peas, 2 pots of snow peas underplanted with marigold. Here are some potatoes underplanted with spring onion. Actually, spring onion that I bought from the supermarket, used and then replanted. So I think I'm going to have quite a lot of cavallonera, but that's okay. Another potato plant. I can't remember the name of that one, but it seems to have flourished unbelievably. On the back row of this part, that is a marigold, some parsnips, some carrots, and I've had to replant some of the carrots because the first lot didn't take. And then these front pots have got cut and come again, but I'm just going to take you through the back pots. That's a pot of wild flowers, 2 pots of dwarf French runner beans, actually make that 3 pots, underplanted with shallots, another batch of potatoes, and those ones I do know, those are Charlotte's earlies. Then we have pak choi, just coming up again, because I had to take it out, and I'll tell you about that when I get to another pot. Some beets, some more wildflowers, some more potatoes, and those are Charlotte earlies as well. And wildflowers, and some chamomile. Now this one's a bit strange because I didn't plant it. I have no idea where it came from, and that's underplanted with some rocket. More potatoes. Those were from last year actually, that replanted themselves. And then that was some bulbs, onion bulbs from last year that I've left go to seed. And then pot of herbs, because there was no more room out the front for them, so that's got parsley and chives in. Another pot of potatoes, that's Charlotte earlies. And pot of mint, because I had to take all the mint from out the front, so I've just put it in a pot. In the corner there is some more French dwarf runner beans and underplanted with shallots. And then we've got some attempts at some leeks. Well, they're coming on, but they're not. They just look too spindly. And that was a rosemary plant. Some beets, some more beets coming up, or more carrots actually, that one. And that one is beets, beetroot, and then a pot of marigold. And again, this beautiful chamomile plant. I didn't plant this, it just seems to have appeared from nowhere. And that's underplanted with rocket. Now this pot is the strange pot. That pot has a potato in it, and I don't know where it's come from because I didn't plant it. Then we've got kale, and the pot before that was shallots. And I didn't plant my shallots very deep. I didn't know how to plant them, so not very well. And I'm so excited about this, my courgette plant. And it has a beautiful courgette on it. Oh look, my first courgette of the season, and I've got 4 more flowers on there, so I'm super excited about that. Another kale plant, that's gone ballistic. I mean, my kale's just gone ballistic. And at the front there was just some lavender and there's some aloe vera plants out there. Dwarf runner beans underplanted with rocket, and that what you were staring at then a second ago was radish next to salads, and cut and come again then on the chard, and cut and come again, which is a new batch of beets. It's like spinach beet, and that was what the previous container had in. But they've gone to seed because they were last year, so I've underplanted again with some new crop, more kale because I love my kale. I love dehydrating my kale. Cut and come again, and then there's a sage plant at the back, and these little herbs intertwined are to stop the bugs. And there you can see just some new shoots of the cut and come again spinach. Now all my pots are on bamboo, just to lift them off the ground a little bit, bamboo poles, just so that they can drain properly. But I hope you enjoyed this video and a catch up with my container garden. Namaste.